Welcome to Glamour World, the TV magazine dedicated to art, fashion, film and culture. In this episode, we will discuss fashion trends with the English designer Vivienne Westwood, who is presenting her spring-summer men's collection. We will enter the meanderings of the art world by exploring an exceptional exhibition on the French Impressionist movement. We will then enter the film world by interviewing the famous American director Spike Lee, who will present his new movie on the much-loved pop star, the late Michael Jackson. Our closing piece will allow you to discover the Rome International Film Festival and its many surprises. Missoni Fashion. Enjoy! Vivienne Westwood Collection. We're ready for Vivienne Westwood's men's collection, one of the most sought-after events of the Men's Fashion Week.
My collection, it's very manic. It's full of energy, it's burning, and it's like flashing. The fabrics are so iridescent and glinting and glittering, and there's so many checks and spots and broken things and graphics that are all cut into pieces and colour on shoes and everything that's been thrown at you. And to me, I see it as very global, the whole world somehow in this collection, but the world is like a smashed mirror. It's all fragmented. And I just wonder, we are an endangered species. We are destroying our planet. We will not be able to live on it for much longer.
Creativity and imagination are at the heart of the English stylist's work and always produce amazing results, combining garments reminiscent of the English aristocracy's historical characters or elements of street fashion, playfully used in a cheeky way.
And I just wonder if because we're this star species, the world has never made anything like us. We can do the most incredible creative things. We're very sympathetic to each other. We can be so kind and wonderful. No animals can be like this. Of course, we're more destructive than anything else. But I just wonder if we are the star product of the earth in all its eons of history. It's made us. We might be at the end of our lives. And just like a star at the end of its life, it gets brighter and brighter. Maybe we are getting brighter and brighter. I hope that all this energy is optimism and that we can do something to save ourselves. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about climate change.
Westwood is a free spirit with no preconceptions and always aims to launch with her collection and sense of irony deeper messages against globalization, mock conformism and class consciousness. Vivienne Westwood is all this, not merely a designer, but a contemporary artist.
Coin-operated boy sitting on the shelf. He is just a toy, but I turn him on and he comes to life. Automatic joy, that is why I want a coin-operated boy. Made of plastic and elastic, he is rugged and long-lasting. Who could ever ask for more? Love without complications galore. Many shapes and weights to choose from. I will never leave my bedroom. I will never cry at night again. Wrap my arms around him and pretend. Coin-operated boy. All the other real ones that I destroy cannot hold a candle to my new boy, and I'll never let him go.
Impressionists exhibition. Impressionism is an artistic movement born in response to the French academic precepts dictated by Classicism and Romanticism.
Me and the go now. Me and the spite light, losing my religion. Thought that I had you laughing, thought that I had you sing. Think I saw you try.
Impressionists preferred painting en plein air, that is to say, in the open air and in direct view of the object to be represented.
Consider this, consider the lengths that I would go to. A slip that brought me to my knees, and I don't know if I can do it. Hell now, I said too much. I said eat up. Thought that I heard you laughing, thought that I heard you.
They were passionate about depicting mainly everyday situations, street scenes or common landscapes, in total contrast with the sentimental nature of certain classical, highbrow themes associated with traditional painting.
Life is bigger, bigger than you when you own not me. The lengths that I would go through. Hey, I said too much. I said eat up.
Painting in the open air was directly connected with the Impressionists' main element of interest, light. They believed that natural light dissolves colours' contours and reflects them, creating almost a fragmentation.
It's me.
This is why they would set primary colours against complementary colours without any shading, so they would reciprocally exalt each other's intensity. All major exponents of the Impressionistic movement are tied together by these characteristics, which we find in Renoir as much as Monet or Degas. But let's allow these images to speak for themselves and describe these masterpieces as we are carried away by the sensations these works of art awaken inside us. Interview with the film director Spike Lee, presenting his film Bad 25. Film director Spike Lee is presenting his documentary, looking back on the preparation of superstar Michael Jackson's last tour before his premature death. But let's hear the content of this film through the musician's voice and the director's own words. This film is surely not to be missed.
There's no one that will take his place.
This energy does not go away.
It technically sounds better than any records ever made.
You knock me off of my feet now, baby.
A lot of people, they're used to just seeing the outcome. It's so much work.
Michael would say it starts in this very room, and it spreads over the entire world.
Whenever he made that connection with people, the molecules changed.
He begged me, please don't do another take.
Just run through the lines.
I still don't know how they did that thing.
You want to know how it was done?
Who's bad?
For what we call music videos, but what he calls short films. And I always hoped that one day Michael would, I mean, I never made it public, but I said maybe one day I could do a Michael Jackson video, and eventually it happened. With the They Don't Really Care About Us.
Why did you choose to make a film about this other?
Well, the choice was made for me. I was asked to do this. The record company, Sony Records and Epic Records, decided that they wanted to do this one. They want to commemorate the 25th anniversary, because automatically people say, why not Thriller? Why not Off the Wall? But they really want to commemorate Bad. Also, Bad has been overlooked because it was an album that came right after Thriller, which still today is the biggest selling album of all time. Also, Bad was when Michael really started flex his muscles creatively. He wrote 9 of the 11 songs. I forgot how many he wrote on Off the Wall and Through, not as much as this one. And I said before, forgive me if I sound redundant, I think it's amazing that here we are in Venice for the world premiere of Bad 25. On the exact day, 25 years ago, albums was released. That's symmetry.
Did you rush out and buy it on the day it was released?
Say it again?
Did you rush out and buy it on the day it was released?
Oh, every day, any Michael Jackson album, I was there. Went to Tower Records, no longer around.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fears? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we shed before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore? What have we done to the world? Look what we've done. What about all the peace that you pledged your only son? What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war?
The Rome International Film Festival.
Hello Glamour World Television. Today we are here at the International Film Festival in Rome, Italy. Welcome to the festival. I hope that you will enjoy the show. And now, come with me. I will show you a few locations of the festival.
Apart from being a valuable film competition, the Rome Film Festival represents a real feast for the movie world. A place where the film industry people, as much as audiences, have the opportunity to meet the actors and directors, who have become part of the history of filmmaking worldwide.
Молодец. I wanted to ask you about your role in the movie. What is your part in the movie and how do you see the movie by yourself?
I'm performing Masha, a girl who lives in that part of Stalingrad which is occupied by Germans. She doesn't have anyone else. I mean, like, all of her family were dead, but at some point the German soldier tries to take care of her and pay some attention, and there is a really tragic story of love between the Russian girl and the German soldier. And I think I kind of judge my character of this because, you know, sometimes during the war emotions are so strong, so you don't have time to think. If you fall in love with a man, you don't think who he is, enemy or not, you just let your feelings go.
Now another practical question, do you feel cold?
No, I'm fine, I'm fine. I like all of these people here. Like, I really enjoy Rome, and it was like raining about half an hour ago. Now it's fantastic. I think Rome just give us like a hello with no rain. It's great.
Okay, welcome to Rome.
Thank you so much.
Спасибо, спасибо.
and who are willing to talk about themselves in the sections reserved for them. This edition hosts many guests. American film star Scarlett Johansson will be attending, presenting Spike Jonze's Her, in which she co-stars with Joaquin Phoenix. Also present is the eclectic actor and musician Jared Leto, playing the lead role with the great Matthew McConaughey, who gives an exceptional interpretation in the film Dallas Buyers Club by director Jean-Marc Vallée.
Hello, you're really looking great, first of all, and my question would be, can you tell us something more about your movie and about your role, since it's different? Here you giving your voice for this role.
Well, it's, for me, I came in at that last kind of part of this project's journey. I really came in the post-production time, but still felt that it was such a collaborative process for me, working with Spike and working with Joaquin. It was amazing to have that kind of support, even just not being able to be on set, but feeling like involved still. It was a really intimate experience, and I feel very fortunate I got to come and play it.
Thank you very much.
Based on a true story, the film traces the life of the rough Texan Ron Woodruff, worker in the oil industry and man of many passions, leading a life of alcohol, sex and drugs, who after having unprotected sex with a drug addict finds out to be HIV positive and discovers to be affected by the AIDS virus. Both actors have justly been awarded 2 Academy Awards as Best Leading Actor and Best Supporting Actor.
Well, I'm a big believer that everybody deserves to be treated kindly and equal and fairly. And I think this is a great film to continue that conversation. It deals a lot with acceptance and understanding. And I'm really happy to be a part of it. Thank you.
Jared, was it very hard for you to lose so many weight to make this movie, since for the previous one you had to put a lot of weight to gain it? And was it too hard to be a woman in this movie?
No, I didn't find it to be hard to do most of the things. The hard things were the emotional challenges. The hard things were obviously losing 30 or 40 pounds is difficult, but it's not necessarily the scariest part of it. Sometimes that's the emotional part. You understand?
And how you get it into... How you prepared yourself for this role?
You don't. You just dive in and you do your best and you hope that you can contribute and make something special.
So you live it?
Thank you. Yeah, you live it.
Thank you very much.
Missoni Fashion. The Maison Missoni can boast a long tradition within the textile industry, as the business was set up in the early 60s thanks to the founder Ottavio Missoni and his wife Rosita, whose talent was most evident in her personal, creative use of fabrics and patchwork, which is to become the beacon of their success. Over the past few years, the artistic direction has been handed over to the second generation and has been appointed to the fashion designer Angela Missoni, who is presenting her new Spring-Summer Woman collection.
Glamour World program. Currently we are at the backstage of Angela Missoni after the show of Spring Summer 2014. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to ask you, since I've seen that the inspiration of your collection was based on top of 4 elements: water, land, fire, and I wanted to ask you, since your target woman is a lady that travels all the world, what was the base of this inspiration?
Okay, so there were different kind of inspiration that were melting together. So for the prints, really the 4 elements, but interpret through a pop Japanese eye, let's say. So the comics, Japanese comics, with lots of strong color and the black and white cut. And for the shapes, yes, I think it's a woman who likes to travel, likes to see the world. She's very curious. She brings back memories and souvenirs. So you could have seen in this collection hint and souvenir of traditional costume like sari, sarong, kaftan, but translated into a contemporary wardrobe.
Earth, water, fire and air, all bonded together in a primitive and ethnic combination. The printed waves are very original, and the fringes are bundled up and tied together, outlining a fluid and linear figure.
So this is how you got also the inspiration for music that was pretty much original, I have to admit.
I hope you enjoy it, yeah. And yes, also.
Yeah, I really enjoyed your show, I have to tell you. Thank you very much, and goodbye, Glamour program.
This time, adding to the colourful variations, we find black and white graphics, giving the Maison's traditional logo a more pop flavour. We have come to the end of this episode of Glamour World, your TV magazine. We look forward to catching up with you all next week. Enjoy.